No, it's not Marvin's room. It's
Play a game.
We're here.
I forgot.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
When you're down here with me,
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Welcome back to Friday the 14th podcast. I am the bad guy, Nick H. The H silent.
And I'm Manny Fresh. That's Fresh, PH, because he's got a PhD. You keeping it fresh.
And I'm the Mosellan Franco.
And I'm the Mr. Fuentes of the Fuentes. Mr. Fuentes.
Yes.
and I forgot who I was.
Who am I? I don't know.
I'm going through a midlife crisis.
Hey. Just because I'm older than all y'all doesn't mean you get to make fun of me, all right?
Bro,
You are the oldest.
I'm up in age.
You are the second oldest.
Yes, okay. So
Yes.
I definitely, at 25, you go through a quarter life crisis. And so
Well, you know what? I'm 31, and I'm going through an actual midlife crisis. Why am I still hanging out with 25-year-olds?
It
Jesus.
doesn't matter, man, because we're
To bring that inner child in you again.
we're a different breed.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So, how's it going?
It's going, Mr. Bad Guy.
The baddie guy?
The baddie guy.
Bad
it's
guy.
it's your season, isn't it? The month of the bad guy?
The month of the season of the bad guy, yep.
The season of the bad guy?
Oh yeah, we're in
That's trademark.
October. It's our first thing since starting October. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That's
First
pretty cool.
review of the October month. What do you got for us today, bad guy?
Well,
What do
today
you got?
we are... What I got? Today we're reviewing the movie called 1BR. 1BR. Not BTR, but 1BR.
I was about to say BTR.
BTR, yes, on Nickelodeon. Now, 1BR is a movie you can find currently on Netflix.
Agreed.
We could just go right into the synopses of something. I don't have good memories. I have to type the damn thing down and write it down. So from synopsis wise, it says, new to Los Angeles, a woman moves into a seemingly perfect apartment complex and soon finds out there are consequences for breaking the rules. Huh.
I feel like
Consequences
that's
for
a
breaking
little.
the rules.
I can't do spoilers yet, so.
This came up with the whole movie. I was like, what? No, man. Yeah, that's synopsis. And it's going into further detail, like the normal usual stuff. Release date, July 18, 2019. It was apparently thrown out. It was also directed by David Marmer. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Never heard of the last name Marmer. And actors, they seem like everyone's like a fresh new actor, or at least to my knowledge. I've never seen any of these people. So I have them categorized as with weird names for whatever reason. Like the main character is pretty much Sarah, played by Nicole Bloom. The pretty boy neighbor, Brian, who's played by Giles Matthew.
That was his official name.
Jerry,
Pretty boy
I
neighbor.
call him the pretty boy neighbor, yeah. Jerry, the landlord, is played by Taylor Nichols. This next one, the creeper, Lester, played by Clayton Hoth. Lisa, who's the coworker, was played by Celeste Soley. There's definitely more actors and actresses in the movie, but just too many for me to go through a whole fucking list of things. So I just named the people that were important, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm looking at how like each actor and actress are really not known. Like their credits are like
Yeah,
the
like
main
I've
character, she's
seen
eight.
Lester and stuff, but the guy who played Lester, I've seen him in things I know. Because when I saw his face, I was like, that guy's always the creeper in everything he plays.
The creeper.
But
No, the creeper is
but I-
Shia LaBeouf in that horrible movie, Tax Collector.
but yeah, I mean, you're right. These are all new people.
You are right. I think he's like the most credited one. He has 42 acting credits underneath his belt. And,
Oh, shit.
They sound like crazy movies. 13 Days, The Remains, American Freak, Faith, Trafficked, Butterfly Caught, Chance, The Dead Man, Witchin. Yeah, so he's definitely
A veteran.
a veteran to the, trippy suspense.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, no more to get this fucking live stream. I guess next we're gonna go to the spoiler-free ratings. So since I'm the guy hosting this episode, I guess I'll go first. Initially when I saw it, I for me it's a 3, but giving it a rewatch, generously it's 3.5 machetes.
I give it a
Manny?
2.5.
I saw Manny's face. I'm just like waiting for Manny
Manny
to
wanted to
like,
go next.
just
but
shit
Franco's
all
doing it.
over this
Okay.
one.
I give it,
Just take a
because
mean
I was
dump
like-
right over it.
I was like, I said, I was like, oh shoot, like, do I go next? But then if I go next, what if like my rating's like not good enough up to par with Nick's, and then I look like an asshole while the rest of y'all just come and back me up? But no, I give it this a 2.5 as well. I give this
So
one.
both of y'all 2.5 and Nick 3.5.
Yes, Nick's at a 3.5.
I gave it a 3. It was a good watch.
It was a watch.
Well, this one I was going more based off the Friday the 14th
Watch.
rating scale wise, because we've never seen the go by our rating scale. It's like always way off the rating scale. It's like you quote and corny.
Yeah.
Because the rating scale at this point is kind of a joke, but
Wait,
But
did you
based
just
off
call
our
a rating
Friday the
scale a
13th
joke?
Yeah. Did you?
We
Based
take
off
this
the
very
rating scale.
seriously, Nick.
it says
We have
above average
degrees in
and
this.
rewatchable, and I've seen a rewatchable mean. Yeah. So based off our joking scale.
I would call 4 a rewatchable movie. It may not be a great movie, but it's rewatchable. Whereas to me, a 3 is like I enjoyed it. I just probably would never watch it again
I mean, it's
on
more
my
like,
own time.
did you want to rewatch it, or did you watch it to refresh your memory?
Well, I mean, then again,
There's a
if you're
difference.
giving it- if you're giving it a 4 out of 5 stars, that's pretty high within itself. For you to just say, "Oh, it's rewatchable," then that means that like from 3 on down, like the movie sucks. You know what I mean? Like, if there was-
Well, I mean, there's some movies you watch. There's some movies you watch. There's some movies you watch that you watch that you just like once you see it for the first time, like that's it. Like you already know all the secrets. It's just not as enjoyable the next time you watch it. So it's not really rewatchable, but you enjoyed it. Whereas like a 4 is like it was pretty good. Like there's some things that kind of agitate me, but I could watch it again. And then there's Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, and I'm watching it every single day of my life for a year.
Like, for example, I'll be honest with you. I give like Step Brothers to me is a complete 5 because I can quote that movie from start to finish and it never gets tiring. It's like
Shrek.
it's
Shrek is a 5. How many
Shrek's
times
a
I
5
watched
as well,
Shrek?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
many
boy.
times, like it's so rewatchable. And it's a great movie.
This is a horror podcast.
Yeah,
I meant to say Bloody Step Brothers. It's the horror remake.
Um,
It's just as good.
Yeah, it's Shrek scared people. I mean, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, you fucking know,
wasn't there a Halloween special of Shrek?
Yes, there
I think there was. I never
There
watched
was.
it.
Nah, non-canon.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Sorry,
anyway.
man. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead. I mean, I guess that whole rating thing is already out of the way. Starting with favorite scenes.
All right, so now is the spoilers.
Yes, we're going right deep into the spoilers.
Rita.
We're going right in. Spoiler warning.
So,
we warned you.
So I had this theory to begin with I'm ready going against your synopsis because she has these punishments, right? So I was talking to my girlfriend and I was like, look, would she have got this punished if she didn't bring the cat? Because I feel like they still would have did what they did to her to condition her to be part of the thing. They still would have done everything like that happened to her, regardless if that cat was there or not.
Some people have allergies, bitch. That's what they're What do they say, right? Some people are allergic.
Yeah. It was just like some people have allergies here, bitch. Like, oh shit.
Oh, you turned to Freddy Krueger, bitch.
That was very harsh.
Yeah, I was like surprised on how like fast in the movie, like it turned into like the guy was already in her apartment and like she ended up in this place. I was like, oh shit, like they're going all in. All right. Like that was pretty crazy to me.
It was
I think
a
my
pretty short
favorite
movie, wasn't it?
It was an hour 30. It's a normal movie.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes were probably sorry, I burped. Were probably that exact scene that Manny was talking about. The throwing the thing underneath the thing. I think another one of my favorite scenes, which I didn't figure out if they were trying to mess with her when she was inside of the room, when they try to act like when she heard her dad behind her and she thought that the door opened from behind her and that her dad saved her, and then she like ripped her hands off the nails after they nailed her hands to the wall. She ripped through them. And yeah. I already knew like it was something messed up, but I think it was her imagination. I don't think it was the people messing with her. Which at first I thought it was the people messing with her, but I think it was her imagination.
Wait, so she never ripped her hands off?
She did rip her hands off, but she didn't hear the voice. Like the voice wasn't real; it was in her head.
Yeah. I think she was losing it at that point, kind of.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like I was thinking to myself, were they playing a trick on her, or were they like, because that to me that was the trick. Like they want to break her to make her want to stay there. Or not stay there, but be part of this commune. And the only way to really do that is to break all attachments with the outside world. So, like, them trying to do that, like, I'm here to save you. Like, do you want to go? And if she said, no, I don't want to go, I want to stay here, well, then they broke her. She is officially part of this commune now. But if she did say she wanted to go, then she still needed more, basically, training to be part of that commune or whatever, or punishment or whatever you want to call it. Conditioning, that's the word. Yeah. But yeah, that was another pretty cool part in the movie. I think it was also symbolic, like trying to be reborn again. Like they're trying to use the Jesus Christ kind of like symbolism of like the hands on the wall and like the kind of idea of being like put to death and reborn again in the image of whatever you want to call it. I think that's what symbolism there. I thought that was pretty cool if that's what they're actually trying to do.
That's pretty dark. I'm thinking of like you saying like that because okay, well, I didn't think of that symbolism, which is very like that's oh my gosh, it's not so much dark, but that you really think into these films, so that's pretty cool. Because every time we have one of these, because I'm sitting there like, I just saw it as they were trying to keep her up, and you're there like, nah, bro, like it means being reborn, and I'm like, man, I hadn't thought about it like that.
Are you sure you're not part of this cult, Fuentes?
That's like super demented at the same time, like really like. So yeah, now I'm like looking at this movie so much differently than I was before.
Well, it is kind of a demented movie. I mean, to me, the whole movie was like an idea of like what communism would really be like in the real world.
I do have a favorite scene in this entire film, and this scene was whenever she has to act like an asshole with her father so he doesn't get killed. I don't know what it is, man, but I have a father who's bald-headed with a beard, so anytime I see any guys or fathers that look like that in films, it hits a little at home, especially like his father just trying to be a better person and realizing that he screwed up. You know, even when she says get out of here, and he turns around, he's like, look, I'm sorry, I know I messed up, I know, and I'm like, oh, I got a huge knot in my throat, and I'm sitting like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, though, I'm just being honest. If that was me in that house and someone tried to kill my dad, I go completely John Wick. That man would not have touched my dad at all. I would have walked out with his head, wearing his face, wearing his actual face.
Wearing
exactly.
his face.
Like, I have a chubby face, but I would fit his face over mine.
Leatherface over here.
Yeah, I would be like, it'd be like really, yeah. But that was one of my favorite scenes because it's just like the father trying to rekindle his relationship and realizing that he messed up and realizing how hurt she is over it. And then what she
and
says,
how bad she wanted it. She wanted it so bad.
Yeah,
but she really wanted that to be what
all she wanted. That's all
and
she wanted. That's
and she
all it would
couldn't
take.
she couldn't even accept it because they knew they would have killed her father if they did. So it's just one of those like, yeah, it's a cool shitty scene.
But at the same time, she could have been like, "Yo, Dad, can you stand on this side while you're talking to me? Come to this, you know what I mean?" But yeah, it just really sucked. And then like, she tells him straight up like, "Mom knew that you were effing some other chick behind her back the whole time, and she hated you for it, and she died hating you." And he slaps her. Like,
Sorry.
I found that to be a weird little like thing, which was like that he ended up slapping her and not just walking out or just walking away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That showed a weird dimension of the dad, that he was like an abusive father somehow, and that he was like trying to hold back all of that to begin with, and then just he couldn't hold it back anymore. Like, you don't talk to me that way. Like,
I just had deja vu, but at the same time,
oh boy,
not so much, but like the fact that like I think it was also like a form of like, don't you disrespect me like that. Like, I don't care how old you are, you don't talk to me like that, you know. I'm trying to like be a better man and tell you I'm sorry, and you throw that in my face, you know. He's like, do you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And then straight up slapped it.
I'm Idris Elba.
But yeah, that was honestly like my favorite scene in the movie. Trigger warning to people who are like don't like to see animals suffer in films. I personally did not mind that scene, but to some people, I get where they would be hurt if you're a fan of cats.
If you're a fan of
cats. That was trippy, man. Like, that scene too was like really screwed up.
It was funny to me, not funny to me. It obviously wasn't a funny scene, but like when they showed it, you wouldn't even like you couldn't even really tell it was the cat. It just looked like a stack of ribs thrown in there, just burned. Yeah, basically. It looked like a brisket.
A brisket. It made me hungry. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was just like, oh damn, that's a good brisket. How dare they burn that shit?
What's your last name, cat? Brisket. But yeah, so those.
What about you, Franco?
Franco, what you got?
What do you got for a favorite scene?
Manny took my favorite scene. I'm trying to think of another one, but
what, the father and daughter scene?
Yeah, the slap, the intensity. My second favorite scene was the credits closing, so that's all I got. That's all I can think of right now.
You know, another one of my favorite scenes was whenever she's trying to escape from the commune, and that guy is like, all right, now we know we can't let you leave. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? Just like almost immediately shoots him. Like,
I guess
it was funny.
I'll say the ending, how she escapes with what's the creep's name again?
Lester.
There you go. I'll say Lesnar. Lester, helping her escape and all that. That was a pretty cool scene. Just seeing the way Lester changed, and then he ends up dying.
It was pretty crazy to me too, because like if you try to get into like the psychosis of Lester himself, like they just gave him a brand new wife. Like, this commune has worked to his benefit for the most part. Like, why would he want to ruin that? And the only reason he did is because he held to his real beliefs that they try to push out of him from the very beginning. which is like you're a nobody, you're part of this group, you're not an individual, and he held on to his individuality even to the end to help this girl escape, even though he was the one that was benefiting out of it the whole time. You know, he was about to get a whole new wife. He was even like a genuinely nice person. Like he got her sewing kit little stuff and made a little closet for her because he knew that was something important to her. I don't know how he knew that, but he knew it was. And I don't know, just to see all that, like I kind of feel like it solidifies like the whole idea that you can't force a bunch of people to be a certain way. Like, okay, I'm going to kind of go a little political, but communistic. You can't be a commune and expect everyone to be like a certain way because, you know, if you don't work out for the community, which is like why they killed that old lady, and she was totally fine with it. She was like, well, she can't help out the community anymore, so she needs to die because we don't have enough resources for her. And that's kind of how, like, I feel like real communism is. It's like if you don't have anything worth giving to the commune, then you don't get to live here. You don't get to live. So
Yeah,
like
there's
what
no
happens to
money
what happens to the old people who literally just want to like chill out and live the rest of their life? Like they don't get to do that because we can't give you shit. And to me, like Lester kept his individuality, his actual like humanity, I would say for the most part, and died a man, if you want to put it that way too. Died with his real morals, died with his honor in a sense, instead of just falling into line with everyone else.
So that's my favorite character in it because at the beginning it made it seem like he was foreshadowing the bad guy, the one that you're gonna hate just because of the way it was, and then he ends up being the one to save her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it was really cool. I really enjoyed like how you saw Lester as a person. Like he wasn't even really a creep in the end. Like they try to really make him out to be a creep, and then you could tell that he was just a genuinely good person.
He's not
by
a
the end.
creep. He's not
a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
So, was it Radiohead?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're about to be flagged and cut off.
You don't have the right to sing that song, man.
Those vocals sound way too accurate.
They're definitely playing Radiohead acapella in the background.
Your voice over it.
Somebody's playing it.
Lip syncing.
But yeah, I mean, overall, yeah. Did you say what your favorite scene was, Nick?
I haven't said it yet, but you did say one of my favorite things though. Joking scene for me was the part where you see Brian get revealed as the guy attacking Sarah. Whenever she's on the chair and she falls back and breaks the chair, and Brian's remarks he says, "Fucking IKEA." I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, like
saw a cheap ass product. But the real favorite scene was the part you had mentioned, Fuentes, whenever Brian's like, "Oh, you really gonna shoot me?" And then Sarah just like, "Oh, bitch, try me." Just shoots him.
Yeah. No, she I was waiting for her to like even the ending, and I guess we could save it for how would I have ended it. But I kind of have my own how I would have ended it for this. And really, it's not really too much different than the actual ending. It's just the way I would have phrased what she would have said in the end, or how she would have ended it.
I felt
but
like
we could save that for later.
They should have played "This Is Your Life" by Switchfoot.
This is your life. Cut my life.
Because remember, her friend's like, "This is your life." You remember she says that?
Yeah.
Her friend, are you who you want to be?
And then Mankind comes out. This is your life.
And then I saw her face. Yeah, I'm a believer.
The Trek podcast.
Doubt in my mind. I'm in love.
Ooh, I wouldn't leave her if I tried. This is the singing podcast. You know,
Yeah,
every
this is actually,
podcast has the musical version
this
of
is
it, and
actually-
this is
This is actually a podcast about The Voice. We talk
The
about
Voice.
all the episodes and which ones we liked, and
Oh
who we
no.
think's gonna move on to the next. But
That
yeah, I'm
scene you
sorry
were
about that, Nick.
Hey Manny, that scene you were talking about, I was hoping that you were gonna go further into that whenever, well, your favorite scene at least. When Sarah tells her dad, like, don't expect you to see me anytime soon or whatever. The only time you'll see me is when I go to your funeral.
Yeah.
I probably misquoted the fuck out of that, but
The what's it called? No, to be honest with you, I don't remember the dialogue too well. I just know that it struck a chord. So I thank you for reminding me that was part of the dialogue. But that's also why I loved it so much, because it was just like so like
savage.
it was
it was savage.
like homie, like
was like,
I would be, my dad would be at my funeral if I talked to him like that, because he would have killed me. Like he would have knocked me out for even raising my voice. Like
My dad would be at my funeral.
yeah, like
'Cause he
my
killed
dad
me.
would be- there would be, here lies Manuel. You know, he tried. You know, he tried me. You know,
Or
so-
also Brian's frustration when he didn't get a chance to kill the dad. It's like fuck.
I just
so close.
Oh, man, the dad just I understand. Look, man, I know this is going a bit further, Nick, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to push the podcast, but I get the father was an asshole for what he did. I get that, right? But me being a fond believer in forgiveness, and not automatically in your own time, you know, because people got to cope with it. It just sucked to see him trying to apologize, you know, and then like that's all she wanted. It's like getting what you want, but you can't, you know what I mean? You can't take it. And it just killed me. It was like, what? This is all she wanted. And Brian wants to shove a screwdriver into his head or whatever Brian had in his hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, it just made me so mad because, you know, the father's just trying. And even when he turns around, like, you know what? Like, he's like, I'm going to get her back. This is my daughter, you know? Like, I screwed up. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to have her. Like, I need her in my life. And then it still didn't work. And it's these movies sometimes, man. They'll have that one scene that I think another writer goes in and writes that piece. It's like, yo, guys, we need a tearjerker scene in this film. And then somebody just goes in there like, yo, this just happened to me, you know? And then they throw it in the movie and you're sitting there like,
forgiveness.
That's why
it's more than saying sorry. Forgiveness.
So what's our least favorite scenes? I mean, Franco, you didn't have a favorite. Do you have some least?
The cat, man. The cat dying. Made me
The
cry.
cat dying?
I don't like cats too much. It got me.
Got me fucked up.
How dare y'all
Yeah.
put it? As soon as I saw the cat, I was like, this cat's gonna fucking die. The cat is gonna fucking die. And the cat.
That's typical
There-
horror movies, though.
There is a site though, Franco, that you can go to that'll tell you ahead of time if an animal dies in the film. So you could just plug in the film and it'll tell you if the animal dies or not.
I don't want to
That
spoil
way-
it though.
It'll tell you if they do that way. You know, you don't have to. No, I'm saying for future reference. Maybe if it, I'm just saying because my girlfriend, she doesn't like scenes like that at all. So when we watch these movies, she has to check that before we watch them. But here's the thing: for this movie, it hadn't been added to this site. So she's like, I don't know if anything happens to the cat. You know, and then that happened, and I was like, it looked like.
Thought you were gonna
brisket.
go with thought you were gonna go with a
It
different
looked like
direction with that.
brisket to me.
He needs some milk.
I thought you were gonna go with a different direction, saying, "Oh, well, there's a site that has that is just a compilation of like footage of animals dying."
Oh no, bro. Okay.
I thought you were gonna go at it. It's like, "Whoa, Manny, why are you going to the dark?"
I'd probably get banned.
But say, "Oh, you went to a lighter thing, a lighter note."
No, that's not where I was going. But yeah, okay, yeah, that was your least favorite scene, Franco? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My least favorite scenes, they don't come from it being like a sucky scene or a scene that it was the way I felt watching these scenes. And the first scene that made me completely uncomfortable was the scene where they're marrying her and Lester. It just, it was like, what? You know, like,
You lucky ass.
beyond, it was like just way too uncomfortable to like. I was like, this is disturbing. You know, like she don't want that. Lester's kind of like, you know, he ended up being a likable character, but that scene was just, you know, disturbing.
It was a really shitty scene. I mean, it was a good scene to kind of convey the moment or like how the commune works, but it was really shitty for her because like you can kind of you were really telling, you could really tell she was finally accepting a lot of how everything was working and going.
Exactly.
And then she was like, all right, I think I could do this. Like, I think this is cool. Like I can finally, I think I'm cool with this. And then they're like, you have no choice in who you get to be with romantically. You're now with this guy. And it just like completely like made everything else like, well, fuck. Like she just like did everything that y'all wanted. And then y'all just completely took away the rest of her freedom. Like even freedom to choose who her spouse was. And it was just really, it was a really weird, messed up scene. I think for me, like I really don't have any least favorite scenes, honestly. I think for the most part, like the movie was the movie. Like you needed all the parts for it to kind of work. But for me, like whenever she was like in the little isolation room where they were trying to break her, I felt like that was kind of long and played out. Like they just kept showing her in that room. It was like almost, I felt like it was like half of the film was her in that room. And it's just like, this is really kind of redundant. I mean, obviously they're trying to break her, but it's just weird. I don't know. But besides that, I mean, I felt like when I was watching that scene, I felt like the rest of the movie was her in that room. I was like, oh, okay, this is Saul. All right, I get it. Like they're trapped in one room. Like
it's the room Tommy was now.
I will break you.
Why is that? I will break you.
Now I'm thinking about it. I forgot about the scene where she's in the camera room and she asked about the camera, who's watching us.
Mm-hmm.
That never got I guess fully answered on who's watching them.
I mean, the ending tells you it doesn't matter who's watching. Everyone's watching.
I mean, honestly, they set up the movie at the end for a good like horror thriller. Like, how does she escape this commune block or city or however it is? Like, I felt like that would be a cool sequel to this. Like, it would be nothing like the first one, but if you use the same character and her trying to escape, like, that would be, I would watch it. That'd be a badass movie to me. Like, watch her grow as she was a victim. Now she's trying to take control of her life again. Like, seems pretty badass to me. Good. Throwing y'all ideas over there, Netflix, for this, part 2 of this movie. It's called BRB. Be right
BRB.
back. One, be right back.
2 BR, 2 bedroom. Nah, man. Well, the guy who screenplay or wrote this, directed it, I think this was his directorial debut, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does probably make him part 2.
When Nick, when Lester died, that was also one of the scenes I disliked because I was sad for him having to shoot himself. That made me sad. Okay, so again, it wasn't scenes that I disliked as in I thought it was cheesy or stupid. It was more like, one, I was uncomfortable with that scene because it was so well portrayed, and then Lester dying made me sad. So.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Lest.
And did you Nick have any ones that you disliked?
Not really. But just going by default, it was the cat. And now thinking about it, Lester was pretty fucked up. Now maybe Lester has to go out a hero. I guess I'm going with that. If it wasn't for Lester, she would not have escaped.
Yeah.
But did she escape?
She escaped.
No.
That place.
Let's hear it for America's sweethearts. I must confess.
It's just them saying LA is hellhole. It's hell. You can never escape.
So
It was
after
Hotel California.
Huh?
It was Hotel California.
It was Hotel California by the Eagles.
Yep. Sorry. But yeah, so those were our least favorite scenes. I'm sorry, guys,
Least
for
favorites.
the silence. Nick,
Dead
what do you want to
silence.
take this podcast next?
are we doing the mottos now?
The
Yeah, I'm a man. Y'all don't get it, do you? By Drake? No?
yes.
I don't know. Sorry,
motto.
I don't listen to female rappers.
Damn!
Female
just in
rappers.
case Drake listens to this podcast and wants to sponsor us, I'm not going to call you a female. You make more money than I do, so I'm not gonna hate on you, Drake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what was the original motto? Like, welcome to the neighborhood?
Yeah, welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Everything I kept thinking of were like motel things, like you check in, but you don't check out. And I was like, wait, no, it's not a
Yeah.
motel. It's an apartment.
I couldn't come up with things, so I mean, I just always, to me, it's like just common sense. Always check the reviews. And I don't know, it's not really a slogan, but
Always check the reviews.
always check the reviews with a voiceover.
Don't bring your pets.
No pets allowed means no pets allowed.
Hope you like brisket.
One BR, no pets allowed. Let me think.
What's it called? Yeah. Some of us have allergies, bitch.
One BR. Some of us have allergies, bitch. For sure. I don't know. What else? Huh? What else? So yeah, how would you have ended it?
That's how I would have ended this. That's how I would have ended the slogans. Stop it.
Okay, I have a way I would have ended it, Nick. Can I say it?
No, just straight up. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So at the very end, she hears a crash in her backyard in the middle, in the little area where they all meet up. There's a crash. She goes to check it out, and it's this meteor, and it's really an Omnitrix that she picks up from the meteor.
Oh boy.
She puts it on and becomes 4 arms. Okay, hear me out. And she slaughters everyone in that compound. Okay, that's not how I would have ended it, but I really would have ended this movie with a complete slaughter fest. I thought she was gonna lose it. I seriously felt that this movie was building up for her to like completely break and then like kill everybody, in which I would have loved to see. Again, that's just me. I'm sorry, but as mad as it made me, especially after her friend said, "It's your life," like that, I wanted her to just snap. Like after she killed that guy, just go on a rampage. I'm talking about, I don't care. I'm getting out of here. If you're in my way, you're going to catch these hands or you're going to catch this knife in your neck. I don't care. I wanted that girl to snap. Bro, you had to let go of your dad for these people. You had to marry Lester when you didn't want to for these people. Girl, snap. You are a queen. How dare you let them treat you like a peasant? And she didn't. Homie did not snap. She simply just said, I got a gun. I'm going to go pew, pew. And then I'm going to get out of here. You know, like that's what I wanted. I wanted this complete, like, slaughter fest at the end.
Like
and
Monster
her
Party?
just, like, get out, you know, like, covered in blood shaking, you know.
Like Monster Party?
Huh?
Like Monster Party ended?
You want that. You know what I mean? You want that. Like, you crave it. You're like, bring it. Kill them.
Wes Craven.
Right? I know it sounds very, like, I need to get help. But no, in reality,
they're saving that for the sequel.
You do need help, Manny. It's okay.
I don't even know, man, because she gets out at the very end, and like the whole block is like that. So now she can't. She's like John Wick at the end of part 2. You know, now she's like got to run away because everybody's after her. So I don't think there could be a slaughter fest now because there's like too many people and she's overpowered. Could have done the Slaughterfest when there was less people, but
Less.
now it's like too many. There's too
There's
many.
Will's away.
She got this part 2. There's gonna be
Part
there has to
2.
be a sequel where she's escaping Slaughterfest.
Yeah,
gonna become the bride.
It's gonna
Kill
be
Bill.
called one NH, one neighborhood, because the whole neighborhood was bad. So it's called one
Yeah.
NH, one neighborhood.
One neighborhood.
You just
But yeah,
figure out
that's-
the home
that's how-
association the whole time.
that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But that's how I would have been in it. I wanted a Slaughterfest, but as you said before, it leaves room.
Slaughterfest.
Maybe the director has a sequel planned. Maybe, this is his baby and he wants to make it a trilogy.
Yeah.
There's only so much bullets in a gun, so
I see. I'm sorry.
I think she lost the gun by the time she got out. She didn't even have a gun. I don't think. Like I was saying earlier, how I would have ended it is pretty much the exact same way it already ended. But when she clenched her fist, she would have just said, "This is my fucking life," and then just started running down this fucking place trying to escape. Like, I felt like that was the theme throughout the entire movie. For her to like just solidify it at the very end would have just made it like the motto, like 1BR. This is my fucking life. Like
slogan.
slogan, exactly. But besides that, I mean, just like seeing her clench her fist, like to me that was still enough for you to know that she wasn't, she's a fighter. She wasn't just gonna go down without a fight,
Yeah.
and that was pretty cool. I didn't even think about it, but that was actually a really cool scene too.
Yes.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's how you would have ended it.
Besides,
Like,
The same exact way. Just
the same
she would have
exact way?
said, "It's my fucking life," and then like
All right.
that's it. That's how she would have ended it, like clenching her
like that.
fist. This is my fucking life, and then like
I
runs
would've
down the
liked it if she
freaking.
tackled the guy, the main guy, right? The one that she shot, the leader or whatever, or so they thought, and she just kept punching him, and then kept punching him, and they said, "Who are you?" She's like, "I am vengeance," and then just went bah bah bah. Continue. Yeah, that was cool.
I am cat lady.
You bleed. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm Catwoman. That's what this movie really was.
Selena
It's
Kyle.
what a Catwoman. She's
It's the rise of Catwoman. Yeah.
She's like John Wick now, but they took her cat.
Yes.
So part
I
3, there's gonna be
understand.
somebody like, all this for a fucking cat.
All
That's
this
how
for
it's
a
gonna be.
fucking cat.
He's my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I'm watching me on my phone, not my phone. I have it set up over here on Facebook, and mine definitely has the lowest quality. My face is so like crappy over here.
Podcastception.
So is this it? Is this the one? This is the part everyone always waits for? Is this the fresh rant?
Am I
Fresh
upset?
rant.
Am I upset enough to talk shit to people who did not see this? Well,
You're upset at the
because
beginning.
all of us have come to an understanding that this movie was not one of the worst movies that we've ever seen, right? We can all sit there and say it was a decent film. Am I correct? With the way that we rated it, I feel like we all don't hate it. Am I correct? I mean, Franco, I'm iffy because you gave it 2.5 stars, and then you like the credits, but that could just be because like the amount of time it's been. I don't know, like if you. But would you say more or less we would be like, okay, you know what? It's a film nonetheless. You know what I mean? Because I feel
I think it was decent. I think it was a decent film.
I thought it was a decent film too. Nick, you thought it was, and Franco, you're
Oh, I'm sorry. I suck at these comments. Someone commented, think it would have been sweet if her friend, and Lester had escaped and became badass for part 2.
that would have been cool.
Lester.
Yeah,
Lester will survive.
I really thought her friend was gonna survive and help her like go on that Slaughterfest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you hear, "Yesterday was a wrinkle on your forehead, do 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 do," and it's just playing a harder rock version.
Close
This is
your
like,
eyes.
Don't
Then-
close your eyes. This is your life. Then just
This
like,
is your life.
Are you where you wanna be?
I'm quite surprised that you didn't like the movie, Franco, since you're a guy wearing a vest that says Colts on it.
Just have that cult vibe to me.
It was very Colty.
It was definitely
It's a neighborhood vibe, not cult.
a cult.
So because
It's
of
cold.
that, because of our feelings toward this, I have found a review that I strongly disagree with, and at the same time, not only do I disagree with it, it's fun. So I may not go off on this girl as much as I believe it's a girl, just the way they were speaking. I could be wrong. Again,
Now you
it's
pick on
very-
girls now.
I would say, if we were watching a movie from like 2001, I wouldn't say non-binary or something because those terms weren't as big. But we're seeing a movie that was 2019, so now if they're non-binary or gender fluid, I'd have to respect their pronouns. But this one is from oh my gosh. Well, I don't even want to say the name because it sounds like I'm conjuring a spirit. But it's
Conjure him up.
no, I'm scared because then I'm gonna get my ass whooped. The whole point of this thing is so I can fight. But it's Ekar Vahal. So it's
Carvajal.
Erkar Bahal.
Okay, now all together in unison. 3 times.
No. I'm gonna stop. No, you made it weird. Stop.
Carvajara.
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. So this is on September the 14th, 2020. So this is really fresh. This means, guys, that this person can hear this podcast and come at me. That's what this means. Okay?
Satan, you can come after him.
No,
After this
not
podcast.
Satan. No,
Not
you're
today,
not allowed
Satan.
in my house.
You're not wearing the hat.
Not.
Wow.
Where's
I'm
your
not
hat?
saying that I fear you. I'm saying
That-
you're not allowed.
That's the
Okay.
point, though. You're supposed to fight him, Manny. He needs to get on the
Thing,
fight
homie,
list.
He's already defeated. His history is defeated. You know what I
History's
mean?
defeated.
These people
Man,
right
you just
here,
blew my mind.
these people right here, they still have free will to choose God or not. You
Preach
understand?
on. Preach
because
on,
of
Fresh.
Because of that, they can catch these holy hands. Okay? Because of that.
Holy
Alright?
hand.
Satan's story is already written. So it's a little too late for homie. All right?
Just call him homie. He's your homie now?
No, he's not.
He's a
I'm just
homie
saying
now?
that- I'm saying
Oh,
that,
boy.
man. Fuck Satan. Okay? This is a 1 out of, you know what? Just, okay. This was a 1 out of 10 stars. This review is brought to you by IMDb. IMDb, please, if you want to sponsor us, we would totally love that. You can go to IMDb for all your latest and greatest in movie and TV news if you'd like. And the fact that they allow a filter option when it comes to reviews is amazing because now I can look for a review that I want to hear and see why they hated it. But I enjoyed this review, so I'm going to go ahead and bash it. It says, 1 out of 10 stars. Main character is so stupid, you want her to die. Finish the movie right there. Okay, I want to point something out. Main character is so stupid, you want her to die, comma. Finish the movie right there. You are in 2020, okay? Your grammar should not be like this, especially when you're pissed. It should not be like this.
You got Grammarly now.
Listen, if when I speak sometimes, my grammar isn't all that, but that is my slang. It's the flavor in Manny Fresh's voice, okay? That's what it
Little
means.
salty.
But that does not mean I cannot be a scholar and snobby when I want to be. And right now, that's what I'm doing. And this bitch forgot to put a comma, so I'm gonna tell her to put a fucking comma. Okay, so main character is so stupid.
Cheerio.
She had to capitalize the S in stupid because that's how upset this person is. You want her to die? Finish the movie right there. I don't know if she's screaming at the director, so homie, director, if you're listening to this podcast, you could join me in this fight. We could fight this person together. We could do this. Okay. This movie is so predictable. And all the stupid cliches about making something really easy into something complicated. No, you don't understand complicated because if you did, you would have put a comma after finish. Okay, so you don't understand complicated. Your grammar is complicated. Main character is so unlikable at some what? Main character is so unlikable at some point of time. You just want her to get killed so the nonsense is over. That is a run-on sentence. I feel like I'm fighting you for not knowing how to spell. Again, this is 2020. This isn't allowed anymore. We're not allowing this. Okay, we're not allowing
Some
this
point
anymore.
of time.
She's
Some point of time.
Main character is so unlikable. At some point of time, you just want to what? It's just going. It doesn't stop.
What
You know?
is that?
Like I said, the main character
Anyway.
is so unlikable. Even at some points in the film, or you're hoping at some point in the film she's killed off, but it just says at some point of time you just want her to get killed so the nonsense is over. So I guess she was just like an hour and 29 minutes into the film that was like, I want her to die now. You know what I mean? Like right before the movie ended. Like, I wish she had died. I don't want to get into spoilers. So this person was nice enough to leave the spoilers out. Okay, back then people didn't give two shits. They were all about spoiling. If you go back to some of my previous rants, it says I don't want to get into spoilers, but pretty sure that not the only girl. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. It says not. I don't want to get into spoilers, but pretty sure that not only the girl, also many of the others would have found multiple ways to escape. Even more when things get to a point where she has the advantage. ... Why writers have to come? We writing the most stupid scenes for characters like her. What are you on? How old are you? Please, I feel bad now because I feel like I may be fighting a 6-year-old. At this point, this is terrible writing. I'm not even gonna bash you on the fact that you gave it 1 out of 10 stars. I'm gonna bash you on the fact that your fingers should not touch a keyboard ever again. The sad thing is, back then when we're doing early reviews, it could have been a keyboard they were typing the review on. You're typing this on your phone. At this day and age, people are so well off on their tweets and like and spelling off of their phone that to make these kind of errors, it's just a bit like, what is it? We writing the most stupid scenes for characters like her. I think they meant to say with writing. Why do writers have to come up? Why do writers have to? Oh, why do writers write? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to correct this sentence. Get a point when she has the advantage. Why do writers come up with the most stupid scenes for characters like her? There you go. You could have said that. So this is where I thought it was funny. And the end. Oh boy, how I hate that ending. Period. Yet, another movie that leaves everything to your imagination. ... And this is my favorite part. That is really getting me tired. It is not cool anymore. And that's why I bash this version. They had to use so much of their energy and time that they had to write. That is really getting me tired. It is not cool anymore. Like, I feel like they used all their energy to make this post. And then by the end, they're just like, I'm so tired and frustrated of writing this. I'm done. Like, I don't want to say anymore. I'm done. I'm so pissed off with this movie. And because of that, Carvajal,
Carvajal.
Bajal or Carvajal. Because of that, you end up on my fight list, and I'm just gonna fight you with a pencil and some paper because I'm taking you back to school, and you're gonna learn to spell. Okay, that's how we're gonna fight. Because this person.
Sorry,
this
go
is
ahead.
ridiculous. No, go ahead.
I was looking through this person's profile because it shows all the movies and stuff they reviewed.
Oh, for real?
He gave Cobra Kai a 2.
Now you're catching these hands. I was trying to be cool. I was keeping it cool. You seemed pretty funny. You got tired halfway through, but you are not going to bash a show so well written that continues and answers questions from the first 3 Karate Kid movies. We're not talking about Hilary Swanks. We're not going to bring up Hilary Swanks. The first 3 Karate Kid movies, it's so well written. As a continuation that you're going to give it a 2? A 2? I don't stand for it. And because of that, you can catch these hands. Because it's strike first, strike hard, and no fucking mercy. You hear me? All right? You do not fuck with Cobra Kai like that. I'm pissed off, Nick. I'm mad already that they have a profile picture. I want to punch this person. There's a profile. I'm calling you out. I don't care.
Well.
There, you're in our stream now. Why are you like this? Learn to spell. You gotta get that face. I want to punch your face. With that being said, the fresh round is over. I'm sorry, Nick. they just I didn't know. This is so much now. Like you can see their profiles, you can see what else they've.
Look, we're not using this platform to stalk.
The what?
No stalking. Swiper, no stalking.
Swiper, no stalking.
We're supposed to
Bro,
read
I
those.
tried to look up
reviews, try to keep
trivia
it to it.
on this stuff, but there's only two things for it. One is the name of the apartment complex, Asilo, means asylum in Spanish. And then Sarah's father and Miss Stanholm starred together in War Games. And that's pretty much it. There's no real trivia to this movie.
That's sad, but the cool thing is, the cool thing about all of this, Nick, and the cool thing about you choosing it is that this film was fresh. It wasn't one that we had seen previously, so it was enjoyable to go into this film not knowing what was going to happen. Another thing is that this movie's still so new that who's to say that in a year we won't get a sequel, you know? And a year or two, and boom, this is just the start. So if anything, we could be putting this movie on the map right now, Nick, and that's all because
Start
of you.
something new.
And because of things like that, if we get this movie enough attention, that means the director will want to sponsor this podcast, Nick. And if he sponsors this podcast, we're talking about the big leagues, Nick. We're talking about
We swinging for the fences.
maybe someday filming in our own studio, Nick.
Studio. I want to record in the studios one day. I'll realize my dream.
Damn.
You just come to my house, bro.
You just pointing at Nick. Mr. Prentice just pointing at Nick. But yeah, man, that was.
Me?
Can I squeeze
that
you?
made me so mad. My nose is stuffy. My nose is stuffy. Sorry.
But yeah,
Yes.
I think I don't know. Overall, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I probably just would watch it again, but I did like it for the most part.
Same here.
So we're gonna start putting those T-shirts now with the let's see, we can either do the fresh fight list or we can do Manny versus the world. Since
Dang.
Scott Pilgrim fan, I would go with the Manny versus the world.
Manny versus the world. That'd be sick, bro.
We go find
Nice.
real profile pictures, make them the cartoon faces, and they're
Yes.
just all like, "Oh, we'll make it like Mortal Kombat style, where they have their own little face in a square, and it's just a bunch of
The
people,
tournament.
Dang.
and then it's just
Kinda
Manny
like,
on one side."
Like Logic's tour merch for Logic versus everybody. How it had like Logic and then it had the lineup of people. It had like Logic and NF and like and Kyle and like fighting form. And next to it was the list of people that they were fighting on tour. So that was pretty cool. So something like that would be dope. Or even like the Scott Pilgrim technique, that would be dope too. And that would, you know what? You know what, guys? Before I say anything else, if there are some very talented artists on here, I'm just being
Get on that
honest.
manga.
You know, some people that like to get on it and like, I'm talking about draw. I'm not saying make us free stuff. I'm not saying that. I think your time is valuable and your art. If you believe you're good at something and it's worth selling, then do that. You know what I mean? Hit us up, man. Definitely, please, because I got some ideas up in my head, and I would love to see those ideas come to life for this podcast. So please, if you don't hit up the Friday the 14th podcast, hit me up at least. That way we could talk.
Slide into the DMs.
Instagram,
Slide into them
Facebook.
DMs.
Yeah, please.
Well, before we do our outro, y'all want to get into the trailer for next episode?
Yes.
Yeah, what are we watching?
On Dragon Ball Z.
Whose pick is it?
It's Manny's
Oh,
pick, but I don't
it
want
is
him
Manny's
saying it until after we see the trailer. We're gonna do
Okay.
something new. We're gonna show y'all the trailer so y'all know what we're reviewing, and after the trailer, we'll rate it and see how it goes. If people, for the people who haven't seen it yet. So let me get this on real quick.
I'm gonna go to the Facebook page real fast so I can watch it.
Oh, the babysitter! I've been wanting to watch this one.
All right, tomorrow night, you, me, party. What up, Steve?
Hey, call us if there's any trouble, okay? Cole, don't cause any trouble.
I bet P has boys over at your place all the time. That's what babysitters do. Seriously, have you ever been awake after she's fallen asleep? I love her.
Oh, man. 3 out of 4 people got an STD. I got 2 people with blood on me. You do the math.
A babysitter is trying to kill me. The attackers in the house. They're downstairs having a blast. Alrighty, babes, let's head upstairs and get the blood of the innocent. This would go viral. I mean, nobody's done human sacrifice. People have always done human sacrifice. Yeah, but like, not in America with hot people.
Hey.
We were just having fun. Things get messy when you make a deal with the devil. Why is he shirtless?
That's your first question?
There's only one way to end this.
Gee, God!
Oh my god, he shot me in the boob! What kind of dick shoots a girl in the boob? You guys suck.
You crazy bitch.
Oh, tainted love. Dope. I'm gonna give it an early 4.
Early 4.
An early 4.
Have you seen it, Nick?
I've not seen it. I
All
think
right.
it's because like, oh, what? Bella Thorne. Ugh.
What's your early rating? Because me and Manny already seen it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to say my rating because I feel like it's gonna be biased considering the fact that I have seen this film, but I love it so much that I want to watch it for the podcast. Wait, Nick said he hadn't seen it because of Bella Thorne.
Yep.
I dislike Bella Thorne, but Robbie Amell's in this and Samara Weaving. So
And
that
King
was
Batch.
enough
King Batch is
to-
pretty
yeah,
good.
King Batch as well. I'm sorry. That was enough to get me to be like, yeah, I want to watch it. So
There's too many known faces. It's like, why?
plus the girl
Nah.
from Pitch Perfect, the quiet one. That's the
Yeah, I noticed that too. The girl from
yeah,
Pitch
she's in
Perfect.
this film as well. So
It's perfect. When are we gonna review that movie?
Next year.
Oh shit.
Next
when we
October.
start- when we start the spin-off
Isn't
podcast.
that what your other podcast is for, Franco and Nick?
No, our other podcast about wrestling.
What, OnlyFans?
No, the other podcast, the one with Andy.
Nah, that's it's about shows and different things.
Flashlights.
Uh,
Probably 3.5. I don't know. But if I like it, I'll probably give it a 4. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was going with 3.5 to start with, and then probably work my way up to a 4. But I'm going with 4 just because, like, I want to see how this kid dominates all these teenagers in the end, and I feel like that's what's gonna make me like this a lot more.
I think Flint says you're gonna love this film based off of the other films you already loved and reviewed.
Like Satanic Panic.
But yeah, that'll be next episode in 2 weeks' time.
Tainted love. Again.
All right, and we're doing that. We're doing that special this month, all right?
Special? The Halloween special?
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to say on air, but yeah, sure.
Oh well, I mean, we
Was
want
it
to
already-
let them know that it's special. We're gonna be special, something special for the fans, man. We haven't told them
I
what
mean,
it
that was
is,
like-
but I mean, it's special.
How many streams ago?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But anyway, I guess this is it, huh, guys?
Jurassic World?
I
Until-
enjoyed podcasting with you guys today.
I should
Me
also.
too, man. Me too. You seem a little less angry.
Yeah, seeing that trailer and being like, yeah, this sounds like fun. It kind of calmed the nerves.
The song calmed the nerves.
Yes, it definitely did. Definitely.
Got me in the vibes. Like, hey,
Because I was heated earlier, and I had to I spent a good time talking with Marty and Michael about why I was feeling this way, and they said
Marty and Michael.
sometimes people say some stupid stuff, and I just got to learn to keep rolling with the punches. So,
Some
damn,
good
are you
advice.
Doja Cat? But yeah, Nick, did you want to close this out, my good sir?
I would like to close you out and those cheeks. No, but,
In those
we're
cheeks?
closing out those cheeks.
We're closing out Manny's cheeks.
I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Yes. All together now, eh? Just want to say, whoever watched the live stream, thank you very much. Whoever's listening to this on the podcast formats, Spotify, iTunes, was it Apple Music?
Apple
I don't even know
Podcasts.
the fuck wrong.
Apple Podcasts.
Thanks
YouTube.
for giving us a listen. Or if you're newer
Yes.
viewers, it's always
Yes.
nice. It's always fun doing these live streams with these guys. These are one of my favorite things to do. Overall, thanks for watching. You can follow me at the Bad Guy Nick H YouTube channel. I'm not gonna post shit on there, but you can give me a follow regardless. And you can follow me at Nick H2313 on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm gonna pass it to whoever. Where are we going?
Manny, right?
Mr. Manny Fresh? Yeah.
How's it going? Yeah, okay, guys. How's it going? To end this podcast, I just want to say thank you for all of the continued support that we get from the people that actually listen to us from wherever parts of life that you are walking from to listen to this podcast. It means the world, and it continues to mean the world to us. Please do me a favor and subscribe to every single one of our YouTube channels that will be mentioned during this closeout. Nick H already mentioned his. Go subscribe to that. Subscribe to mine at Fresh TV. If you want to follow me on my socials, you can at Instagram. It's MannyFresh18. That's MannyFresh18, as I said before. Twitter, it is Prodigal116. And remember, you can follow us on Friday the 14th podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and then Emosawa Productions on YouTube. So, again, extremely blessed to have y'all as listeners, and thank you for all the support. Once again, to sign out, I'm Manny Fresh. That's Fresh with a PH because I got that PhD in keeping it fresh. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. You can follow me on Instagram at Franco Zimosawa. My other podcast, Wrestling Tacos, where I talk wrestling and post memes on Instagram at Wrestling Tacos, TALKOS. And yeah, if you're an artist and you want to work with us, of course, we play out, of course, and you listen to this podcast, then hit us the fuck up. Slide into my DMs, slide into Friday the 14th podcast, or even any one of us. Message us because, like I said, Manny has some good ideas on what he wants. So if you listen to this podcast, might as well. And yeah, Fresh. Fuentes.
What's up, guys? Mr. Fuentes. Y'all can check me out on most social media outlets at Mr. Fuentes 361. I also do music, so y'all can check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever y'all stream music. Just search Mr. Fuentes. Suggestions would probably be Get Out of My Face and I'm So Cool, I'm So Fly, if you see those songs. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone that watched us live. I noticed that there was some consistent people throughout this one, and I really do appreciate y'all. I really do love doing this with my guys, with these guys.
The boys.
It really, yeah. I mean, it really like Nick was saying in the beginning, it really is kind of one of the highlights of my weeks when I get to do this with my friends. And honestly, like, I just basically want to thank Franco for keeping us afloat and doing all these cool modifications on everything, and me keeping it more professional every time we come up on here. I really do think that I think the more we do this, the more it's just going to keep getting better and better, and make it more enjoyable for y'all. And if you have any suggestions, the people that are watching and stuff, I mean, let us know. Drop us a message, maybe some things that we're not thinking about that could be engaging y'all more and stuff like that. Let us know. We also do plan to do a fan pick of movies, so y'all need to be sending in some messages about movies y'all would like us to watch. Even just like some cult classics that maybe we never even heard of would probably be nice too. But don't think too hard. If it's just one of your favorite movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or something, just let us know. We'll figure it out. But thank you all again, and I'm done.
Also, if you're like a producer, you want to help me out with some producing tips, hit me up. Sign to my DMs, Franco Zemo Sawal on Instagram, or even add me on a friend on Facebook. Or if you post on social media a lot and you want to help us out because our Instagram is slacking. I need help every once in a while, so hit us up. Slide to my DMs and all that shit. But other than that, we'll catch y'all guys next time when we review The Babysitter in 2 weeks. Peace.
Goodbye.
Remember, folks,